Welcome back to the Electro and Bono Movie Power Hour. I am Electro, of course. Bono is out of the office this week, but no worries because we got Lil on the phone checking in on us.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Been a bit.
So many movies have happened and we just haven't talked about it. So
I know.
I'm excited.
I know, but Ozzy's back again. Of course, the producer behind the keys, making sure everything sounds good. And we just watched House of Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
Ridley Scott directed House of Gucci, of course. I've actually seen this movie 2 times in the movie theater.
Two times.
So I don't know if that speaks to how good it is, but I went to go see it with a lady at first. It was like it was the only thing that was playing that I was like, I would go watch this, and we wanted to go to the movies. I was not planning on watching this, to be honest.
That's Adam Driver. Why not?
Yeah, I'm a big Adam Driver fan, but kind of had no interest in a movie called House of Gucci, to be honest with you.
Sounds fancy.
That's fair.
I believe me and Lily were at the movies. We saw this trailer and she was like, "Are we watching this?" And I was like, "No." Like, why the fuck would I watch House of Gucci? Never. But yeah, I ended up watching it.
Why?
Yeah, because I ended up watching it initially to go on a date, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I kept telling Lily about it. Like, have you seen this? Like, I kind of want to talk to you about this, like, immediately. And she hadn't seen it. And then she came down one weekend. And she wanted to go to the movies. I was like, I'm down to see it again, just so that we could talk about what the fuck Jared Leto was doing in this movie.
Now that I think about it, I really wish that we weren't elevated because I just felt like it was outrageous.
Well, hold off
so
on that.
outrageous.
Oh, so really quick, IMDb, it's a 6.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes score of 61%. It's a little low, but the audience scores at 83%. Everybody loved it.
I was reading that. Yeah, the
There we
audience
go.
loved it. The critics hated it.
Yeah. And you could kind of see that when I went to go watch it with Lily, for the type of movie that it seemed like it was going to be, there was a lot of laughter throughout the fucking movie. The
Good.
audience was enjoying the fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Paolo
And
was
it's
funny.
long.
Yeah.
It is 2 hours and 38 minutes long, to be exact.
Yeah. It's long, but it is entertaining.
Yeah, because, this movie's directed by Ridley Scott, and that son of a bitch is not afraid to make a long fucking movie.
Well, and it kind of also reminded me in Mank in that it's like talking about these historical figures that aren't really well known. So, like, you have to include all these characters to be able to tell the story. So, like, it's going to be long.
So this is movies obviously based on a famous murder. They don't advertise it as such, right? They're not like, notorious murder, but it kind of is alluding to the fact that some
It's
shit's going to go
implied.
down.
It's pretty dark.
It's implied that something's gonna go down.
Yeah.
And I never knew the story of any of this, and I was just like, dude, are we about to watch another like Versace story? Like, do designers just get murdered?
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking,
It's
man.
tough
What's
in the
going on?
90s for them,
What's
dude.
going on here? They're getting in the shit. I didn't watch that Versace show. I don't know if you did, Lil. But I don't know. These are some shady fucking fashionable people here.
Mafiosis,
Yeah.
dude.
They come up with a fucking 3-piece suit, and then all of a sudden they get into crime. I don't know.
I mean,
They get
Shady
fucking
shit
murdered.
just starts to happen.
They get murdered.
if Pacino's playing you, dude, that's some gangster shit.
Mhm. Like you, Lil. I don't know about you, Ozzy, but I had no idea what the story was. I didn't know if I was confusing it with the Versace story because I knew that Versace famously got fucking murdered. I knew that.
Well, I was checking the mail.
I didn't know.
Eminem says that.
I
so.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I knew that a Versace got murdered. And then when this movie was coming out, I was like, does somebody get murdered in this movie too? I feel like somebody also gets murdered in this movie, but I'm not sure. And I didn't care enough to like research it. I was like, I would go watch the movie and figure it out there. But from the moment the movie starts, I don't know about you guys, but that first scene, I was like, oh, this guy's getting murdered just because of the way it was shot. He's just sitting there eating. He's riding his bike, and then he's gonna go into this building. Somebody calls his name. He turns, and then we go back in time. I was like, Oh, he dies like right there. Like obviously,
did.
that's obvious, right?
They gonna kill Driver?
Like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Either that or we're just fucking twisted ass people that just think people are gonna get murdered.
That's what I thought, and it's gonna be like, okay, now let's show you how he ended up.
Yeah, let's show
It's like
you.
freeze.
Let's show
Time
you.
out.
Let's show you what happened before his final fucking bike ride.
Let's show you why someone decided to put a hit on his ass.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga of all people.
Yeah, and when I went to go watch it the first time, I said that to the lady right next to me. I was just like, and that's when he gets shot. And she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "I mean, probably. I don't know. I don't know what happens." She
It's
was
called
like,
foreshadowing. Look it up.
Girl, do you not see the signs?
Yeah.
I can't go on a second date with you if you don't understand what's happening.
Jesus. That's not true if you're listening.
He's about to get Tupac right there, dude.
So if you haven't seen House of Gucci and are unaware of the story, sorry for the spoiler.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you've listened to the podcast.
Sorry for the spoiler right off the bat. Yeah, this
It
movie.
should be called a spoiler movie at Power Hour.
Yeah,
All we
that's
do is
true.
spoil.
That's true. The spoiler hour.
Spoiler hour.
This movie stars Lady Gaga as Patricia. How do you say it? Reggiani? Reggiani? You just watched it. How did you pronounce it?
They said Reggiani. Yeah.
Reggiani.
Sounded like cheese.
Okay. Adam Driver as Mauricio Gucci. Al Pacino as Aldo Gucci.
Stop it.
Jeremy Irons as Rodolfo Gucci, of course. And Jared Leto as Paula Gucci.
Yeah,
that's what he fucking
That's
sounds
exactly
like.
how he sounded like.
AKA Mario Brothers.
Yeah, he sounded like that. It's fucking hilarious.
Pizza me.
Jared Leto, I'm gonna fuck up this fucking movie.
I'm gonna try.
I liked it.
Okay, we'll get to that. So this movie had a budget. You want to guess the budget? Do you know the budget, Ozzy? You want to guess it?
25 million.
Okay, Lil, you want to guess the budget? Also think about how many fucking great
Badass
stars I just mentioned before you think about that
Yeah,
budget.
it's an all-star cast.
Okay, so go ahead. Give it
Oh, man.
a guess.
70? I don't know.
Oh, this movie was budgeted at $75 million.
Jesus, that's way too
They
much.
did
It's a
it.
shitload of money.
Yeah.
But when you consider not only who's in it, but of course also like basically all of the fashion, the wardrobe and this shit, and the locations they shot in,
Yeah,
the
fuck
fucking
yeah.
big ass houses and all that. Pretty sure that added up, you know. You got Al Pacino in it. Come on, dog.
And the
Dunkin'
soundtrack
Donuts
was great, right? Like, they had great music.
Oh, right.
I just love that they played George Michael while they were getting
Oh, right.
married.
Yeah.
Little wham in there.
Yeah.
Anyways, this movie obviously starts off with the little foreshadowing of his murder. Then we go back in time and we see Lady Gaga as Patricia, and she's just a smoke show, right? She's just
Yes.
she's just putting on
She's
the
got that wiggle when she walks.
Oh my
and
god!
Shit.
Ridley Scott's a great director. Let me tell you, he's fucking got her perfect ass shot
Yeah, he
right
did.
there.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought he was like directing her body. Like,
Well, he
you do
fucking-
little wiggles
Well, he
that ass,
he put
bitch.
the fucking camera there and was just like, go.
did. She's got.
Walk like only Gaga can walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows how to walk. I'll give her that, man.
Just like so flirtatious about her walk too. Like she knows exactly what she's doing
Fuck
when
yeah.
she's like walking to work. You
Yeah,
know?
so she works for a transportation company. So she's going into the office and there's like a bunch of dudes washing all the trucks and they're all catcalling her. And she's loving
She loves it.
Yeah.
She loves it.
Yeah.
Fucking me too, whatever. She
Yeah,
fucking loves
whatever,
it.
dude. I'm gonna
It's Italy.
bump, ass. You know, it's like
She's like, yeah, I got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so she meets Mauricio.
True.
She meets Mauricio Gucci.
She's wearing a blood red dress.
Yeah, she's looking hot. This gay guy wants to go dance with other gay dudes, and she's like, no. You dance with the hot
Yeah.
chick. She's like, what? I want to go fucking grind on some wieners, but no. And then
allowed.
and then she goes to the bar, and then Adam Driver's there, like looking like an idiot. His character's supposed to be like socially awkward and like a loser, right? Like he doesn't even can't even pick up on the fact that she's like hitting on him and wants him, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I didn't get loser vibes from him. I just got him as like just like a super introvert. Like I don't know.
But he wasn't even part of the family, and like the only time he did become part of the business, he fucked it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he was a little more Paolo than they let on.
But he seemed like, I don't know, to me, like, you know, he didn't really know how to talk or how to interact with her.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of myself. I saw a lot of myself.
Exactly. Like, is this girl hitting on me?
I don't know if it was that or if it was more like maybe he was extra cautious because of who he was and didn't want like women to just take advantage of him.
If he was extra cautious of who he was, he wouldn't have introduced himself as Mauricio Gucci.
No, at first he just said his first name, I believe.
No.
He didn't tell her he was a Gucci.
No, he does. He does. Yes, he does.
No, because she's like, why are you here then? Like, who invited you? And he's like, Donatella or whatever the fuck. And she's like, who's that? And she's like, he's like the fucking person who's putting on this party. And then that's when she's like, holy fuck, this guy's a big cat. Like, who the fuck are you?
No, she does.
He's like, Gucci, motherfucker. And then he puts his balls on the table.
Then he says it. I don't know. I didn't catch that.
I'm pretty certain when they introduce themselves, when she says her name and he says his, he says Mauricio Gucci. And as soon as he says that, that's when she's just like, oh shit, like I need to dance with this motherfucker like right now.
No, because at first, she's trying to figure out like who invited, and that's why he's like,
she has no idea who he is.
But not at first, but there. I think even before he makes her the drink, he gives her his name. He does. Okay. I'm sure of it.
That sounds movie like 2 hours ago.
I saw it. I've seen it twice. All right, we'll find. I mean, we'll find out when I watch.
There's another showing in like an hour.
Okay.
If we hurry up, we can answer this.
Well, one of us is gonna look like fools.
We still get to see Lady Gaga naked, so it's all good.
Let's move
kind of. I feel like her demeanor changes as soon as she finds out who he is, and that's why she's trying like so hard to get him. When she's stalking him and shit, she already knows who he is. When do you guys think that he fucking told her his name?
Again, right before they started dancing. But when they first met, she had no clue who he was. And then when he introduced himself, he didn't say his name. She was kind of like, whatevs. No. But anyway,
he just said his first name. He might have said it right after, but initially he just said his first name.
Okay.
So they start to dance, and he's just standing there while she's dancing.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I'm a fucking Gucci, all right? I just need to put it out there.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like, whenever a girl's trying to dance with me, like, I'm just...
You say you're a Gucci?
No. I just stand there and I don't know what to do.
But she didn't care because at this point she definitely did know.
No, yeah, she knew who he was by that point. And then
and then she was just like full seduction, right? Just like the sexy dance.
Yeah, she's trying to fucking give him a hand ski right there on the fucking over the pants hand ski right at the dance floor, but he wasn't having it.
He was too awkward.
Yeah, so he dips out on her and she's just like, look, I need to get rich. So
this trucking shit ain't cutting it.
So I need to fucking find out where this motherfucker goes to the bookstore. I don't know, dude.
They didn't explain that very well, but
no.
Maybe Salma Hayek slipped in somehow.
Yeah.
Go to the bookstore.
So she stalks him and he's at the bookstore because he's studying to be a lawyer. She gives him the number. And even there, see, he's like unaware that this chick's like trying super hard to go out with him. She's like standing in front of his bike and he's like trying to leave. And she's like, wait, dude, like go out on a date with me. And he was like, oh, you want to go out on a date? Like, fuck yeah, you're fucking hot. Like,
yeah, isn't that when he's like, I'm doing this? And she's like, I'm more fun.
Yeah, and he was
like,
just...
Oh, man.
But after that, he introduces her to his father, played by Jeremy Irons, Rodolfo Gucci. I was surprised Jeremy Irons in this movie, he's still fucking crushing it.
Yeah,
dude.
fuck. He nailed it.
Oh, my God. He's incredible.
He didn't make it the whole movie, but he was there for a while.
Yeah.
He made it.
Yeah, he's
old.
He's like in the first act of the movie.
He's good.
He's terrific.
And immediately he's like, I smell a hoe.
Yeah, I fucking love that whole scene, like when he when he introduces her to him, and then he like kind of starts to figure out what she does. So he's like, "Oh, did you go to school?" And she's like, "Nah." Like,
it's just for squares, homie.
Yeah, she's like, "No, I work for my father or whatever." Like immediately, Jeremy Irons' like whole fucking vibe just switches, and he's like, "Oh, like what?" And
he's like, "I ain't saying she's a gold digger, you know."
But isn't his more concerned publicly, at least, that like she's connected to the mob?
No,
because he was like, dude, she's got the dad's got 5,500 trucks. Who the fuck? Why does he have so many fucking trucks? And he goes, mafiosi.
Well, eventually, that's when he's scolding him later. But in that first interaction, he's just kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
oh, that's true, because he does investigate her after that.
Yeah, and then she kind of like tries to flatter him by bringing up that he used to be an actor or whatever. It kind of works a little bit, but the next scene, Adam Driver has to go and face his dad, knowing that now his dad's kind of like smells a fucking rat, you know? When he's about to go in the door, he just kind of holds on to the handle for like a few seconds. Yeah. He's like, all right, let's do this.
It's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah. I don't think he's not so much concerned that she might be like in crime, but he's just like, she's just after your money, dog. Like, women make fortunes on marrying men like you and shit. Like, don't do it, dog. And he's just like, I want to marry her. And he's just like, dude, I just said. And he even tells her, like, dude, like, fuck her, live with her, like, do whatever you want, just don't marry the bitch. And he's just like, nah, dude, I'm like,
what a great father. That's a great
That
father.
is a great father. Like, why do you want to marry her so fucking badly, dude? Just be with her.
Yeah, I get that part.
But I gotta say, like, even though there is like the kind of like gold digger vibe a little bit, it does start like a sweet little romantic comedy or something, and you're like, oh, like these two people are in love.
They steal a rowboat.
He's just like, dude, like I'll cut you out of my fucking will if you marry her. And he's like, I don't give a shit. Peace, bitch.
Fuck your money.
And he fucking goes to her house unannounced and tells her fucking
with all of his bags.
Exactly.
Gucci bags too.
And tells her dad, like, hey, I just got like disowned.
What's up, pops?
I have no fucking money, but I want to marry your daughter, dog. Yeah, they're like, I guess. Like, why not? And then it's
wash the truck.
That's a very homoerotic scene.
How dare you?
He and another man have a water fight.
That's not homoerotic. That's just good old fashioned horseplay.
That was Top Gun volleyball scenes.
That was good old fashioned horseplay. It could have gone very badly. The other guy was like fucking with him as he was washing the truck, because he ends up working for her dad now. Obviously, they take him in. Now he's a truck washer.
Cool of her dad. He's just like, all right.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's Gucci.
Yeah, I like that scene because she's like,
Ma!
Yeah, the dad's just kind of tripping, like, what the fuck? And then she tells her mom, like, Ma, like, you better fucking make him, let him. Yeah. And he was like, fuck, like, all right.
The dad's like, this is either the dumbest thing or the ballsiest thing that anyone's ever done.
I mean, you gotta respect that in a way, right? They show up with their baggage. Like, dude, I didn't even call ahead to see if this was cool. All the eggs are in the basket right
when
now.
It's Italians, Catholics, they're very prideful. Yeah, so to drop your pride and just show up and look, dude, I'm at my lowest, but that pussy's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it up for half Gucci's fortune, dog. Like, let me in room.
Yeah, and then his character is very interesting because it seems like at the beginning of the movie, he doesn't give a shit about money or about like the family business or anything like that. He's just like, whatever, dude. I was born into this like family and this legacy, but it's not mine, and I want to go off and I want to do my thing, and I want to marry Lady Gaga. Like, please. He starts washing trucks, and they have a nice little water fight. I didn't think it was gay at all.
It obviously turned him on.
No, well, it turned her on.
She was probably seeing it through the
blinds.
It
turned her on. She was back there in her tight fucking skirt, watching men just wet themselves. She was like, "Get the fuck in here, because I'm as wet as that truck right now."
Exactly. And then she's like, Dad? And then he says,
this is Papa. This is Papa?
Yeah.
Papa? Yeah. One of the weirdest sex scenes, too. Like, it's not sexy. It's, like, really weird.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
She's making super, like, weird.
The noises were weird. Okay.
Unattractive, like, sex noises, you know? Like, those aren't the kind of noises you'd hear and be like, dude, that's hot. It's just like, what the fuck is she? She sounds like a...
And those were
like
weird
animal.
short thrusts that he was...
Initially, yes. Initially, it was hot, like, building up to it.
Yeah. That was all hot.
Getting, like, hot and heavy. And then
we're gonna fuck on my dad's desk.
Yeah, they show her sexy underwear, and you're like, hell yeah.
Great ass shot. She has a nice fucking ass, dude.
Where'd that come from? Did she have kids?
I don't know. I don't think so.
She just has a beautiful ass.
Yeah, she has a great ass.
Pacino.
Great ass. You think he told her?
But once he gets on that desk and starts like thrusting, I'm like, I mean, this is like serial killer.
Yeah. It looked painful, yeah.
Sex vibes.
No wonder she was making those weird noises. He was fucking...
beating the shit out of
Yeah,
her.
man.
He turned into Jason Bateman all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's not good. But yeah, very interesting sex scene.
Yeah.
Suddenly, we get introduced to Al Pacino's character, Aldo Goschi. And he's like reading the newspaper and he sees that homeboy got married, and so he hits.
It's like, Mamma Mia!
No, like
that's amore.
No. He was not talking like he was. Jared Leto is the only one being offensive in this
Al
movie.
Pacino was just Al Pacino, like stereotypical Al Pacino. He was like, "Hoo-ah, Al Pacino."
Yeah, he was.
I'm Italian. Hoo-ah.
He was just Al Pacino with like maybe he added like a slight accent to it, but yeah, he was just Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Totally.
Jeremy Irons too, like he added a little accent to it, but you still hear Scar.
Yeah. No, it's his uncle.
The monkey's his uncle.
And let's talk about the accents really quick while we're at it. Lady Gaga's accent. I mean, I don't know.
It's weird to me that they're in Italy playing Italians, but they're talking in English.
Of course. But what are we gonna make them learn Italian?
What are you gonna do?
Exactly. No, exactly. But it still sounded like an American doing an Italian accent, even though it was good.
I don't know what the fucking Italian accent's supposed to sound like.
Exactly, that's another part.
So when her accent as opposed to like Adam Driver's accent, just like I wouldn't guess that both of those people were trying to do Italian accents. Like her accent to me sounded more like something else, like something Spanish or I don't know.
She sounds kind of like. She gave me vibes of like
Polish.
When people are, like when people are just like maybe they grew up in like the cusp of Italy or something. Like she came from
on the
like,
border,
not like like it wasn't sophisticated Italian. If that makes any sense.
It was ghetto.
Like,
okay.
She sounds ghetto, yeah.
Okay.
Like we get what she's doing, but she sounds a little ghetto, yeah.
And then Adam Driver, like I don't know, did you guys think Adam Driver's accent was good throughout it? Like I don't know
It
these
didn't
accents.
bother me.
I mean, I think Adam Driver did a great job and stuff, but like I don't know. I wonder how Italians are taking this. Like, we do not speak this way. Yeah.
They're like eating a slice of pizza. They're respecting our culture.
Bitty boppity.
We do not sound like that.
No, Jared Leto. Let's talk about Jared Leto. No,
I enjoyed that fucking character.
There is things to enjoy. Like
he's the comic relief.
It's not boring. You definitely are entertained by what he's doing throughout the movie. But to me, it takes me out of the movie almost because I'm like, we're like in a pretty serious movie, and then an SNL character fucking comes in, and it's just like, what the fuck is happening? Like this guy,
Italian Jeffrey Tambor, bro.
Like he's too like. I don't know. I can't buy that there's a person out there that just acts like that all the time.
Not only that, I think what's weird to me is like how everyone was just like themselves, but Jared Leto was so altered, like in his appearance.
Right.
And I'm just like, couldn't you just find like a fat bald guy to do this? Like, do we have to put up with this? Like,
yeah.
It was just weird.
Exactly. It's a big publicity thing from Jared Leto. I think that Jared Leto thinks that he like fucking nailed it, that he played the most Italian, authentically Italian character that has ever been portrayed. You know, he did all the research. I think he's up there thinking he's crushing it. He's going to get another Oscar. And there's people out there that are saying that he did crush it and that he is going to get nominated for an Oscar. And I'm
for
just,
that?
Yeah, and I'm just like,
no way.
Dude, that was a farce. That was a farce in my eyes. Like I said, it's entertaining to watch. Like the first time I watched it, I was kind of in shock by what I was seeing. Like I was like, he's not doing this. Is he doing this? He's gonna do this the whole fucking time. He's gonna have the audacity to act this way in front of like fucking Al Pacino and Jeremy Irons. Like how
right.
Like you're gonna stand there and seriously do that accent as you're talking to fucking Jeremy Irons. Like, no. How did Jeremy Irons not go, what the fuck are you doing? Like, act right, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
It was wacky. But, you know, for some, like, the movie was still so damn good that I don't feel like he ruined it. I just feel like when, like, he was the center of attention, it was a little cringy, for sure.
It feels like,
you know what? It wasn't terrible. It was just like sometimes he would just overdo it, and I would just turn and like look at my brother and be like, "This is crazy, right?"
Well, and the thing is, it's like about his performance. He gets laughs. You laugh at the things he's doing. So, like, I don't know if that's what's convincing or confusing people into thinking that it's a good performance because the things he does are funny. But it's like, if I start talking in a Mario accent, you'll probably laugh too. Like anybody talking like that, it's funny. But I don't know. I feel like he's like in a different movie or something, and like he's like in a parody or something. He's like in a comedy, and this movie is not a fucking comedy. And the tone changes when he shows up. Like, because he's not in.
That's when the movie felt like a comedy, I think.
Yeah, because
like he's being silly.
He's not in the first like part of it, and that's like it's like, oh damn, this movie's good. And then he shows up and it's like, wait a minute, is it? It can't be that good. I mean, this fucking idiot's doing this in it. But yeah, anyway, getting back to it, Al Pacino gets kind of involved into their lives and invites them over to a party, and then Patricia, she's just like, I need to find a fucking way to get this motherfucker to go back into the family business because I don't want to be a fucking truck driving daughter, you know? Like I want the fucking fancy dresses and all this shit. So we need to get in there, and Uncle Al is gonna fucking help. So she convinces Mauricio to get in there. She just manipulates like everybody. She tells Al Pacino's character, like, dude, Mauricio wants to be a part of the fucking business, but he's too proud or whatever, which he doesn't seem to want to be a part of the fucking business, right?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
She just tells the uncle that, and then she's telling Mauricio another thing, and she basically just manipulates them into the business. And like kind of greedy, all like from the beginning. She's just like trying to get all this free shit and whatever. She's already looking good. She's in the fur coat and the dress and the.
Well, and then because the deal is that Gucci is owned by three people essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Irons, Al Pacino,
and Jared Leto. Yeah,
he's got like 4 shares or some shit.
Yeah,
and so if you get Adam Driver, you got half of the fucking company like that right off the bat. So that's a big fish. That's a whale.
But at this point, he's out of the will.
He's disowned.
Oh yeah, so she's got to get back in.
So she's trying to make him fucking reconcile with his fucking father so that she could get back in there.
Yeah.
So they rope him Al Pacino ropes him into the business, and he's just like, "How about I give you a fucking like a job or whatever, or like you guys just fucking hang around with me." And
what are they playing? What sport are they playing? They're like beating each other up, but there's like a football.
It seems like...
What the fuck was that?
I mean, it seemed like a rugby kind of game, no? I don't know if it was rugby-esque.
Yeah, it seemed, because he was like running, but then they were like slap fighting and shit. I was like...
It was violent.
Yeah, and he just jumps right in. Like, what's up?
It was a rough sport. I know. Yeah, and you thought, like, since he's all nerdy and didn't want to play, he's going to go in there and get rocked. But he goes in there and he fucking handles, And then they tackle Jared Leto. That's when they introduced the Jared Leto fucking character.
Yeah, exactly.
In that scene.
Like, what are you wearing? He's like, this is a higher fashion or some shit.
He's wearing a suit of like what
corduroy?
Is it corduroy?
Yeah, it's like a
It was totally corduroy.
Like I remember when I was like, I don't know, when I was like 6 or whatever, that I got a pants made of that material, and I did think that they were the fucking fanciest thing I owned.
Oh yeah, I love my corduroy.
I was like, damn, look at this.
There used to be a book of this little bear that would wear corduroy.
Yeah, we all fucking know about corduroy Ozzy.
Yeah, I don't know, but again, that's why I was all proud of my corduroy pants, because of that fucking bear. Yeah,
and he had like green overalls, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
and if you bought like the special edition, it came with a little plush doll. At the Scholastic Book Fair, dog.
Damn.
So Gaga's trying to get that 50%.
Yeah, so she gets him in there, and then where he knocks her up. So that's how
I think that was more her fault.
Well,
she's like, I got to dig my claws in deeper.
No. I mean, I guess we'll all come inside if you let us.
Yeah, that guy's too timid to pull. He's too timid to pull out. Like just how she got
ready for that statement.
Sorry, Lily. Earmuffs. I will always. Is
it Tom Segura? Like, have you ever come inside of one? Feels great.
Yeah. Great joke. So like, like when you pull out or whatever, it's like it feels so much better if you just leave it in. It's like, yeah, just leave it in. Try it. It feels so much better.
Good Tom Segura.
And I gotta agree with him. Yeah. He gets Lady Gaga pregnant, and then him and Jeremy Irons reconcile because he finds out that he's gonna have a granddaughter, and then he's just like, all right. He already married her. And now there's a kid, and also he's dying. Like, I don't know if he has like cancer or something, but
he probably has lung cancer. He smokes.
They all smoke like crazy.
This movie makes me want to.
She was pregnant and drunk or drinking and smoking.
Yes, I seriously told my brother that. I was like, "Whoa, it's like so cool to live in that time where no one gave a fuck, and I'm sure her child is fine."
Yeah. I've always said that they overreact about letting pregnant women drink and smoke. Let them have fun. Okay?
Who did the studies? Men? Did men conduct those studies?
Yeah, let's let some drunk smoking women make these studies, please.
Dude, I love the scene where she's already pregnant. They go to the Gucci store. I think she's wearing a dress, and then Adam Driver's like, is it on sale?
Yeah, like, you can't afford that shit, bitch. Why'd you even try it out?
Yeah. And Pacino's like, you got whatever you want.
Yeah.
Family discount.
Family discount, everything you see.
Family discount. Oh
Everything you see. Damn.
I would have thought that's just Mando. I'm like, I'm married to a Gucci? Like, nah. I'm getting everything for free.
Jeremy Irons takes him back with open arms. You're back in the wheel, dog. And then he dies. So he forgot to sign like some kind of certificate or something that basically gives...
To pass on the stock.
Yeah,
right?
his inheritance. And I guess just from forgetting to do that, he was going to have to pay some crazy inheritance tax that was like $15 billion.
Liros, which is Italian money. So it's probably like $12.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a lot. Yeah, but it was like 15 billion something, and he was just like, I can't afford that shit, bro. And he was like, well, then you have to sell your shit. And then that's like Lady Gaga's just like, how about you shut the fuck up and let us discuss this shit, all right? So she's basically like pulling the strings and making him make a lot of fucking decisions, right?
Well,
this guy
and they
has no ideas.
Illegal decisions.
This guy has no ideas of his own.
Well, and they foreshadow that again when she first shows up to work because she works at the accounting department for her dad, and she forges his signature on the checks, and he's like, "Dude, you can't even tell anymore." Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, this bitch been practicing.
Yeah, they never show her do it too. And when I was doing,
it's implied.
Yeah, when I was doing a little bit of research on the true story or whatever, they do put the blame of that on him, not on her.
Oh, really?
But who knows, right?
She's manipulative.
Only God, Mauricio, and Patricia know that. I believe it.
Still alive?
Who?
Yeah, she just got out of jail 4 years ago.
Yeah, she's alive and living very well, actually. So yeah, signature gets forged, and then all of a sudden they're living the fucking Scarface life. Cue the Scarface music, boom, 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 boom. Oh, great stuff. They're having the time of their lives. And then one day, fucking Lady Gaga's rich entitled ass goes home and sees that her maid has a Gucci bag, and she's like, "How the fuck did you get this, you fucking peasant?
I don't pay you enough to afford this bullshit."
Are we overpaid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nah, homie.
So then she finds out where she got it. She goes to like the fucking actual black market, I believe.
Yeah, that's probably where it got named, right?
I had never seen it before, but I think we saw the black market in this movie. And so she sees that there's these pretty authentic looking like Gucci bags out there that people are selling for like obviously way less than actual Gucci bags. She buys a bunch of them, takes them to Adam Driver, to Kylo Ren himself, and she's like, "What the fuck is this, dog?" And he's just like, they're actually pretty good, you know? Why are you mad? You know, they're doing their thing. And she's like, "Nah, fuck that. They're like fucking up our brand. They're taking value away from our name or whatever." And then he was just like, "It's my name, bitch."
Whoa. Let me clarify real quick.
And it's like the first time you see her kind of like overstep with him. Like she'd tell him like, "Stop acting like," basically like, "Stop being a little bitch."
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And he was like, "I didn't call you a little bitch. I just said don't act." Like what?
Is that the one where she puts up her hand and she's like, "I'm a Gucci too, motherfucker."
She's like,
what do you give a shit? It's my name. And she puts up the wedding ring and he's like, our name.
That's where you go to the maid with the fake Gucci and be like, "Hey, bro, we got to take this lady out. You in or what?"
Do you want a real Gucci bag?
Yeah.
They go to Al. They go to Uncle Al, and they're like, "Hey, man, we got these fucking counterfeit bags out there." And he's just like, "Dude, I'm well aware. Like, we're making money off of those bags. Like, we're actually, I don't know, they're a part of it in some way."
He's like, basically, like, we're the ones making them.
I like that scene. He's like, if somebody doesn't have the means to like live that lifestyle, why should we deny them like the fucking illusion that they can afford this kind of shit, right? Like let the little people have a nice fucking bag too.
Yeah.
You know? And Lady Gaga's like, "Fuck those poor motherfuckers. Those fucking cockroaches."
Well, because at this point it's like the early 80s, right? So and then Gucci is losing ground to like the Versace's or whatever's of the world. So she's like, "Bro, we're not going to be some discount brand. We're not from Bloomingdale's."
She's basically saying we're kind of being seen as a joke now. Like people are not taking us as this like serious, prestigious brand that it used to be.
Yeah.
And he's basically like, "Dude, why don't you like shut the fuck up?
We're rich as fuck.
Yeah.
Shut up."
He was basically like, "None of this shit would even be here if it wasn't for me. Like, I am the fucking one that, like, you guys are here because of me. So why don't you shut the fuck up and
look at my glasses.
And
look at my glasses.
Go piss in your diamond fucking toilet and shut up."
Yeah.
And, you know, Lady Gaga doesn't take kindly to that. So she fucking tells Adam Driver, like, "Look, here's what we need to do. We need to start fucking getting in cahoots with fucking Jared Leto's fucking crazy accent ass. You know, we need him on our side because we need to fuck over this other son of a bitch, Uncle Al." And then so she goes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fucking tell this guy that we're going to fucking let him put out his designs through Gucci, get him on our fucking side so we could fuck over his dad. And then he's just like, well, you know what? I do happen to know that he doesn't pay his fucking taxes or whatever. And
it sells out his dad real quick, dude.
And so,
but it all happened because of like the comment that Al said to Patricia, right? Like about, remember you were shoveling horse shit, and so like I helped you guys out. Shut the fuck up. You are not the decision maker here. You know?
Exactly.
She took that personally.
She took that real personally.
Yeah, she did.
I'm gonna turn your son against you, you fucking prick.
Like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up now, sir.
But like, where does this dumb broad get off?
I don't know.
On driver's dick.
When did she? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like Al Pacino kind of took her in and made her feel like, you know, this important fucking person, and she could have everything, and then, you know, she wants to make some decisions, and he's just like, no, you dumb brah.
But at the same time, she did turn Driver from this nobody into a fucking way wealthier than he would have ever been, and he's enjoying that life.
Yeah, gave him a little backbone.
Yeah, a little chutzpah.
A little of that fucking evilness.
Women will give you that drive, you know. That's not necessarily a bad thing, you know.
Yeah,
but,
driver.
Yeah.
Pussy will do that. Pussy will make you a better
It'll
man.
make you move mountains.
Yeah. So again, she is also a strong, not just a bitch. You know, she is a strong woman,
A strong bitch.
and and because she made a goal and she achieved it,
Basically,
by destroying the whole company. But
yeah, and her family.
yeah,
Made them all betray each other.
it's a hero story of her for feminism. Yeah, what I'm trying to say.
It's a win for ladies.
She's free and rich. Like,
yep.
they're dead.
They're all fucking dead. Oh no.
Patricia 1.
It was
she's 0.
Cancer like 3.
Yeah, what do they make their suits out of, man?
I know. But yeah, so
Fashion show.
Oh right.
What's going on?
So they let
Paolo's having to.
So yeah. So Paolo fucking betrays Al Pacino. He goes to jail for a year.
Like, they read all the charges, and I was like, damn, what is he going to get, like 20 years? They're like, a year and a day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's so dope.
Oh my God. Crazy scene. Like, again, it's like you laugh at it. It's Jared Leto be like, oh my God, this is so bad. I didn't know he was going to go to jail. It's like, oh, fuck. It's like that episode. Do you remember that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they all break into this house and they're trying to sneak out? And Mac, he wants to like pretend like he's a plumber to get to Mac. And he's just like, I'll pretend to be a fucking Italian plumber. And they're like, what? Like, what? No, like, don't do a voice. And he's like, it's a gonna work. And they're like, no, like, don't do that shit. Like, why would you do that? And he's just doing like, don't worry, Dennis, it's going to work. It's just like, that's what Jared Leto's doing in this movie, dude. And
right.
It's like, yeah, that was in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia about how a fucking idiot would try to fucking interpret a fucking Italian. And then here we go with Jared Leto doing that the whole fucking Then anyways, Al goes to jail. And then they fuck over Paolo, who he thinks he now has like access to the Gucci name. And then
he creates his own line.
Yeah, and he has a fashion show. Great scene too, because like his wife's like singing, and the way the scene revolves around his wife singing is fucking really well done. Everybody's clearing out, but she like keeps singing and stuff. It's so good. It's so dramatic, and she's like, you could see like the embarrassment in her face. So, like, you know, everybody's being taken out. So much shame. Like, oh, it's such a good moment. And then there comes Jared Leto, like, oh my God, like I ruined that. It's like, oh, God damn it, Jared Leto. And then he basically he shows up to them and he's just like, you betrayed me, Gucci, no. And they're like, whatever, you got out of line, you were out of line. And he was just like, dude.
Yeah, because he's having a fashion show to introduce his new line. And Patricia is like, calls the cops and says, yo, like, he doesn't have permission to do this, even though he technically kind of did.
She like verbally gave him permission, but never legally like signed anything, I guess, or anything.
So she called the cops, who just shut everything down.
I actually was seeing that in real life. He actually came up with the G logo, that guy.
Paolo?
Yeah. He had some input.
He make belts.
Yeah. Well, he came up with the logo. That's a pretty fucking iconic logo. That everybody knows that logo.
2 G's. Who would have thought of it?
Well, one's backwards, buddy. Innovation.
Yeah.
Innovation.
Italy. Okay.
Do you know what the founder's name was?
No. What was it?
Guccio.
Guccio.
Gucci. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyways. Then Mauricio starts to get into some shit. They realize somebody ratted him out that the signature got forged.
Right.
So then everybody shows up to raid his house, and the butler's just like down as fuck.
Yeah, he's like, let's push your motorcycle, homie.
Like, you don't even know he can ride a motorcycle. You're like, I'm scared.
In the snow and shit. They didn't even like snow tires or nothing.
Yeah, but it's a real Batman exit. The butler fucking gets him out of the back when the fucking whatever FBI or what the equivalent of the FBI.
The FBI. The FBI is here. The Italian police.
We're here for your meatballs.
Yeah, they're throwing little fireballs out of their fingers. Pew, pew.
Yeah. You have betrayed Italy.
And he goes to Switzerland. He's like, fuck this, I'm going skiing.
He's like, I'm fucking out. And then
it's just getting hot over here.
Yeah. And then, you know, he has like a weekend away from his crazy broad. And he's like, wait a minute.
This is great.
This is nice. I ran into
He's like on holiday.
Yeah.
He's like having the time of his life.
He's like, I ran into this childhood friend who has
the white buffalo.
Who has an even bigger nose than Lady Gaga. Like, I feel like the nose. I was telling Billy that night. This is a movie about noses. Dude. Everybody has
nose game is strong.
Everybody has a schnoz in this.
That German lady and Adam Driver had a kid, bro. Imagine. Be like, that's a climate disaster.
The nose is coming out first. That's for sure.
He's sucking up too much oxygen.
I see a nose. Keep pushing.
Too much oxygen. This kid's breathing too much.
He's gonna breathe. That's the first thing he's gonna come out. And he's just gonna take a deep breath.
Like suck the oxygen out the room.
Oy.
So yeah, the German chick was like, "Remember Summer Camp '92, homie?" Like, actually, I guess it was later back then, but
yeah, and he was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I've always wanted, to fucking
want to get into that schnitzel, you know,
play with that nose, see what that nose can do, you know,
what that strudel twist like, girl."
And then so he's out there, he's having a great time with his like old friend, and then she shows up and she's just like annoying him, right? Because she turned into like this rich snobby person and stuff. So they're like all eating and there's like macaroons, and they ask her where like she got them, and she goes into this like crazy ass story about how they ate on the Eiffel Tower and all this stuff.
And she's embellishing a lot.
Yeah, and Adam Driver is just like, hey, like they asked you where the hell you got the fucking macaroons. They don't give a shit.
They don't want your life story
about all that stuff you just said. You know?
Not only that, I feel like she got the vibe right away that this girl was a threat, and so she just wanted her to know what's up, like how much they love each other or whatever. Like, that's just a jealous bitch at work.
Like, I know what this dude thinks about noses. That bitch got a big one.
That's got a big fucking nose.
It's a very intimidating ass nose.
I know what nosy bitches are capable of. Right?
That nose cleavage you showing off, fucking whore.
Noses are his
we smell our own, pun intended.
She must have fucking smelled me yesterday with that fucking nose. She must have scented me. She smelled me days ago. So yeah, and then she has like her little scene where she kind of warns the other nose. Well, she gives her like the example, like, "Oh, I'm teaching my daughter like not to play with other people's things, bitch.
I will cut you."
It's just like so confrontational, and she's just like, fuck, like, all right, bro, like,
I'm out.
Peace. I'm gonna go smoke in the snow.
I'll have the maid bring the strudel.
Yeah, and then at this point, like, she's just like trying super hard to be like all like lovey-dovey with Mauricio. And then Mauricio's just like, dude, like,
back off.
I got a new nose. Like, let me and my new nose be, man. She's like all in like lingerie and all trying to fucking like seduce him and be like all sexy. And he's just like, yeah, so I'm sending you back. You're kind of killing my snow vibes. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention Salma Hayek's character. She like sees an infomercial on about a psychic, and this psychic becomes very important.
She calls her immediately
in the death of Adam Driver.
Yeah, this bitch. She's the real bitch.
Kind of.
She's manipulating everything too. She's manipulating the manipulator.
That's true. Well, she's got,
Yeah, so Miss Cleo is fucking deadly.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, call me Mon. I'm Salma Hayek. My name is Pina.
She was in Jamaican. What are you doing?
Call Miss Pina now. If you want to kill your big nose.
Oh, shit, I get it. You were doing Miss Cleo.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing a Jamaican accent?
Yeah, that was because it was Miss Cleo, right? That's basically what it was.
Yeah. I was like, what is he doing? Lily, what's he doing?
I don't know. I was just so confused, but now I get it.
I just saw Cool Runnings.
Oh. That was in the snow.
Is it good?
Yes, Mon.
Okay. I remember loving it as a kid. I just never saw it again.
Yeah, John
Anyway,
Candy.
back to Gucci.
Yeah.
Back to Gucci's.
She gets sent back. So baller, he's just looking from the fucking window.
Oh,
and
right.
she looks back, and he just goes into the shadows. I'm done with you, ho.
Yeah. So she's been fucking with this sidekick played by Salma Hayek, and they're basically trying to figure out how the fuck to get back in. They're like putting like curses on him and
putting spells on all over there. Like, we're out of spells.
Yeah, and then one day she gets hit with the divorce papers and shit. So he
from the gay lawyer. That shit was crazy.
Gay? Oh shit.
Yeah, they say it later.
Is he gay?
Yeah, they call the dude out. I forget who calls him out. I think it was the designer or something. Somebody calls him out.
There is a scene where he like looks at someone kind of like flirtatious, and I remember telling my brother, I was like, well, that was weird, right? Like, is he gay? But then it just like never really comes up again. But yeah, I guess so.
At some point, when they're like kind of airing everybody's dirty laundry, they heavily imply, and then they look at him, and he's just like, nah, and he's like wiping his face,
so wiping the jizz off his face.
He's like, not me, could it be?
So she gets hit with the divorce papers.
The divorce papers, and now she's gonna go after him.
Yeah, she's like,
you could see both like her fucking world falling apart, and also the gears turning of like, how can I get this guy hard,
dude?
Gordy, at what point do I say, all right, kill him?
I was about to say, I think it's when he sends her away or some shit. And Lily was like, all right, kill him. and I look at her and I'm just like, women are all fucking crazy.
It's so crazy, just like how I just like, I'm like, she's gonna fucking kill him. Like, it's her.
In
the beginning, I didn't know it was gonna be her.
In my eyes.
Did you?
I figured because of
she was in a red dress
because she's like the main character, and from like the trailers and stuff, like the way they were portraying her character, that I did figure that she was definitely going to kill him. But when you said that, I was just like, this is women. This is Lily's crazy woman being like, yup, kill that son of a bitch.
But then again, Adam Driver was basically like, I'm going to put you in a car and send you home. We're still married, but I want to start fucking this other woman. So that's just fucking dick shit.
Dude, it was so ballsy, just like how he just went from being like obsessively in love with her to just being done with her because of who she turned into and who she turned him into. And now he's like, you know what? I'm in it now. I'm playing the fucking game, but I don't fucking love you anymore.
Exactly.
You know, like you turned me into this monster.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'm gonna play the role.
You kind of turned me into you. What would you do?
Yeah.
You'd fuck me over, so I'm gonna fuck you over first.
And I was born with the name.
Yeah. At this point, it's like she just kills him for like pride or whatever. Because he tells her like, dude, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you and the kid. Like, you're gonna be taken care of. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But she's just like, no, dude. Like, I want you. I want to be in this family. I want this fucking name. I want this fucking fortune. He's just like, bitch. And I actually read in real life when they divorced, he agreed to pay her $1.2 million a year in alimony.
Damn.
This was like the 80s?
No, it was in the 90s.
And
it was still a lot.
instead she killed him and went to prison.
So she finds out that he's gonna marry the bigger nose, and then so in real life the chick was just like, if he marries her, my alimony gets cut in half, and I'm only gonna be getting like $860,000 a year, and
she's famously said was not enough for lentil soup.
It was just greed. It was just fucking greed.
Imagine, I'd be so happy with 800.
Hell yeah! Can you imagine just being like, I'm gonna like pay you like $1.5 million every year? It's like, cool. It's been fun.
But
bye.
that's after though you've been used to a lifestyle of extravagance, you know?
Yeah.
But so honestly, like, did she forget who she was? Like, where she came from? It's like, God, like, why aren't people just grateful? Like,
where's her dad?
He's just you millions.
Yeah.
It's just women are crazy, Lily.
It did make me feel a little bit better about being single.
I wonder, like, as a woman,
crazy.
just because you have that instinct of like, oh,
murder,
I'm gonna kill him. Like, you just think like, can someone drive me to become like this like entitled, greedy ass bitch, and then will that drive me into murdering if he fucks me over? Like, that's crazy.
I think the answer is yes.
Scary thought.
It happened.
Scary thought, guys.
It happened. So yeah, she's like, fuck this. He starts being like really extravagant with his expenses. He gets a fucking Lamborghini, and like, you know, when he's wooing the big nosed bitch, she's like sitting on this like really nice couch, and he's just like, dude, that couch costs like more than most people's fucking houses or something.
And she's like, well, I don't want to get it messy, and he's like, let's get messy, girl.
Yeah. And then he's just like, well, maybe not. Get the fuck off of the couch, bitch.
The giant pair of lips.
Yeah. It's not even a good looking couch.
It's baller.
Yeah. So basically he starts spending a bunch of money, and he is calling it like business expenses, and he starts basically running.
He's like, charge it to the Gucci account, baby.
He basically starts running the company into the ground. He has like houses in a bunch of different countries and stuff, and he says it's like all justified for like the business or whatever, as to why he just bought a fucking Lamborghini and all
like a $15 million villa as a training center or something. What the fuck is even that?
Yeah, so
and he's like, they're all write-offs, guys.
Yeah, I can explain if you listen.
I'll explain why I need this Lamborghini to run this business properly.
Yeah, but obviously you're not going to listen to me, so I won't say it.
Yeah. Al Pacino comes out of jail, and he basically tricks Paolo into selling his shares of Gucci, and then he basically ends up taking all of the shares in cahoots with these other people.
The Iraqis come in with their money.
Yeah, and then he ruins that by just spending it all like an idiot. He runs his company into the ground.
But man, that scene where Al Pacino realizes what his son did, and he's just so pissed, and then he still hugs him, and you're like, "You're my idiot," or whatever he calls him. Like,
that's maybe the best scene of the movie to me.
God.
I think.
Okay, not only that, but then the scene where he gives him his shares, like that scene is so fucked
No
up
way.
because it's
Throws
like,
the fucking contract at them.
The way he signs it, he signs
the way
it
he
like,
signs it.
with,
Fuck y'all. I
It
think it
probably
said
said,
fuck you.
"Fuck you."
Yeah, I think it did say fuck you when he signed it. He said fuck
Yeah.
y'all in Italian, but in parentheses.
And then, like, at first he didn't know who was the one that fucked him over. And then the guy basically goes in there and makes him show his face. And he's just
I don't
like,
wanna.
and he's just like, dude, like, it's basically like the ultimate like betrayal. He's like, bro, like, I brought you into this fucking company and you just fucking weaseled me out of it. You used my idiot son to do it. Yeah, that scene where he finds out that Paulo sold his shares of the company, and he just starts fucking like screaming like, you fucking idiot, like, we're ruined, like, you
He realizes
you fucked
they're
us.
in the minority. They can't do anything. They're gonna be forced to be bought out.
And he's just screaming, but he still hugs him, and he's just like fuck it, you're still
Wash your fucking dishes.
I know. It's so funny too, because he gets like out of jail. I don't know where, and then he's like on the phone, and like he's like such an idiot. Like Al Pacino finds him and he's like, "Hey, like I'm here."
I'm here.
He's like, I've been trying to call him my papa.
And then it's like the Seinfeld episode. They're looking for the car in the fucking garage.
It's just there.
Al Pacino is like fucking old, and you can tell like he really could barely fucking walk. And they're like, who knows how long they've been looking for this fucking car, and he's just like, like this away, a papa or whatever. And then he's just like,
what is the model? What is the make and model of this car? So I can stop hauling this luggage because I'm old.
And he tells him, and he's just like, Paulo, it's right here. He's like,
I'm so stupid.
It's the car, Papa.
Oh my God.
Life is beautiful.
Poor Jared Leto.
Poor Jared Leto.
It's like Joker and then this. Leave me alone.
Oh my God.
Leave Jared alone.
He's also starting to ruin the UFC for me, because he goes to all these events, and not this one, but the last one, he like showed up in a dress. He like went in a dress. And then in this
he
one,
wore a really weird hat in this one, right?
yeah. So he had an really big orange hat. He's like in the second or third row. You notice him during the fights. It's just like, bro, you gotta stick out even during the fights. You son of a bitch.
I get that it's cold in Vegas right now, but it's not that cold.
No.
If you want to be a Johnny Depp type character, you better bring the heat.
Come on.
Jared Leto hasn't earned that shit.
Come on, dog.
He's just a character.
Come on, dog. So Mauricio fucking has been an idiot and been buying Lamborghinis. He is now forced to sell his shares because he's basically run the company into the ground.
The gay lawyer turns on him.
And yeah, basically everybody else who's involved, they're like, dude, you're out. We need to save the company, and you're ruining it. And so he sells it. I don't know if it's like in the movie, but like in real life, that's like one of the things that set off Patricia to kill him. She was just like, dude, I basically built that shit. He is what he is because of me.
I handed it to you in a silver platter.
Yeah, and you ruined it. So she took that as like a big ass insult, and that was one of the things that not only the fact that chick he was gonna remarry and she's gonna get less money now. She also took it as a big insult that he basically ruined the business. So she was like, so you fucking dead, dog.
Well, and then also, I don't know if I was looking into when they were at that dinner when he gets screwed over. The meat that they're eating, it's the same cows that they have, right? At their little villa.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I felt that was like a metaphor, because it's like, dude, this is fucking like basically we're eating your company up. Because they're like, where is this meat from? And they're like, oh, it's from these cows or whatever. And that's when Adam Driver gets up and smashes the fucking plate.
I'm not sure about that.
And I was like, I wonder.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And he was just like, you fucking eating my meat like my company, y'all? Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, that was pretty baller when fucking Al Pacino's showing them all the estate or whatever, and he shows them the cows, and he's like, these are the descendants of the original cows. They fucking Gucci. Yeah. that Gucci fucking
Gucci.
That started the whole fucking operation. So like, these are the direct descendants, and we keep them here, and like, pay tribute to them because we wouldn't be here without them or whatever.
They're ginormous. They're like a foot taller than Pacino. I don't know how short that dude is.
He doesn't seem tall, and he's old. He's definitely shrinking.
He's shrinking.
Yeah, but anyway, fucking Patricia's fucking had enough. She tells Salma Hayek, dude, get your fucking boys, get somebody to fucking whack this guy.
The Mexican has to do the gangster shit.
And then they hire a couple of guys, and she's even
from Sicily.
And she's even greedy about the amount of money that she's gonna pay.
But no, she's fair. She's like, fuck that. This is what we agreed on. Now you guys are trying to fucking put this fucking screws on me. Fuck you. And then, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, but then he's just like, fine, but it's gonna be a rushed job then. Like we're not gonna have time to plan it out. Like, well, we're gonna have to do this shit on the fucking fly.
Cost her 26 years, 300 million or 26 years.
That's sloppy hit.
Well, she got sentenced to 26 years, but she actually only ended up serving 16.
Oh, 6. Okay, dang.
So, I mean, that's still a fuckload of time. But
did the dude with the baseball bat really get shot too?
Yes.
That was a down-ass valet or whatever.
I don't believe he did that from what I was looking into. Well, anyway, so she hires these dudes, and then you go back to the scene from the beginning of the movie where he's riding his bike, just as we all suspected. When they call his name, motherfucker gets shot in the gut. He tries to run off and gets shot in the back, and then gets shot one more time in the gut for good measure. The fucking bellhop.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
He found a baseball bat somehow.
The fuck he comes out like a dumbass. You brought a bat to a gunfight?
Yeah. He's like, what's the problem? Yeah. And then pow pow, no more bellhop.
So he gets shot twice. I don't know if the guy in real life tried to defend him, but he was there, and he ended up getting shot twice in the arm and lived, thankfully.
He's like, I don't speak like that.
And so he gets him killed, and then like a baller, and she did this in real life. She fucking had...
He had the audacity to still have...
She evicted the fucking big nose from the fucking apartment. She shows up, and you think that like she's gonna make peace with her or something, like, like he's dead or whatever. And she hugs her, and he's like, all right, now get the fuck out of my house, you know?
Escort the schnoz out of here.
Yeah, and then like an idiot writes down in her fucking journal the day that fucking she had him killed. It's like, this isn't made up for the movie. She wrote the word paradise on her fucking journal. Like, yeah. Like an idiot. Yeah. Like, Jesus. But, they don't really go into it in the movie. They show her move in, and then all of a sudden it says like 2 years later, and she's in court, and then you find out that her, Salma Hayek, and the two guys they hired, they all go to jail. The only one that gets life is the guy the trigger man. The rest of them get like
Sloth from the Goonies.
The rest of them get like 20 to 26 years of prison time, which I think, I don't know how the fucking Italian system works. I don't know how the US system works, but I feel like if you put a hit out on somebody and they fucking die, you should be in jail for the rest of your fucking life, right? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on the instructions.
What do you mean? No.
I don't know, man. I think everyone should be put away for life if they murder someone in cold blood. Like
I know. Only one person pulled the trigger, but they're all responsible for his death. Like, I feel like
they plotted it. Like, it's just like she paid someone money to like end his life. Like, I don't understand how someone doesn't spend the rest of their life in prison for that.
Well, he wasn't completely innocent either.
He wasn't innocent,
I guess, but still, he's a person.
But he got murdered in cold blood. Like, what are you saying?
She served her time.
What are you saying, buddy? You're saying that you believe that he deserved to get shot?
No, hell, what the fuck? I didn't say that at all. What the hell?
You kind of did, Lily.
No, I'm saying, yeah. Well, that's what they say. Is the you don't do the crime if you can't serve the time.
Someone murdered your family member, you'd be cool if they got out in 16 years. I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's a tough one to decide. I mean, there's so many circumstances, but no, I don't believe in like incarceration and like locking people up just for that, you know.
For murder?
Well, not just for murder.
Keep murdering. You just want them to keep murdering.
This isn't somebody that sold some pot, Ozzy. Somebody's ass is dead because of your dumb ass.
Yeah, but there's also 2 children involved. Why, you know, you're gonna ruin their last little chance of having some kind of normal relationship with one parent,
of having a murdering mother.
Yeah, again, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, come on, they're already fucked.
Like, yeah, they're already fucked. They're like orphans. Like, basically, I'm like, what happened to her daughter? She went to prison. Who took care of her daughter?
There was 2. They actually had 2 daughters. They didn't show that in the movie, but there was 2 of them. But they're all, I mean, they're all good. Like, they all, none of them are a part of the Gucci company anymore, but they're all like taken care of. They all got money.
I wonder where she got money from.
Good.
Just from being famous?
From who?
The murderer.
Well, from what I saw, it said that when she got out of prison after 16 years, she got 1.2 million from the Gucci estate for like some arrangement that they had prior.
Fuck, that would still suck to cut that check. Like, they literally murdered one of us.
And back payments on, I don't know if it was still alimony or child support or what, but she got back payments of 20 million too.
Fuck! What? What? Holy shit! That's fucked up.
And as soon as she got out of jail, like part of her getting out early was that she had to have a job. So her job was to basically be a consultant for a jewelry brand over there called Bozart. And she still works there as a consultant to this day, is a fucking millionaire, and is living a great fucking life right now. She killed somebody. She killed somebody, Ozzy.
She had somebody killed. That's different.
No,
she didn't pull the trigger.
No, it's not.
According to the law.
You're crazy.
You're like so anti-law. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, yeah, the law.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Instead of throwing another human in prison for the rest of their life. Yeah, it's a significant amount of time.
What would you have them do?
Well, again, that was a significant amount of time.
16 years is a lot of time.
You know, again, and is she a threat? Is she likely to do it again?
Probably not.
Exactly.
If someone gets in her fucking way, maybe.
Yeah, I wouldn't cross this chick.
I don't think anybody's gonna marry her.
Yeah, no. You marry her right when she's dying, and you fucking get her to write you in her will.
Yeah,
you keep the legacy of death going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find this girl.
Anyway, well, basically that's House of Gucci for you. I really enjoyed this movie despite Jared Leto. Like, I thought it was a legit movie. I had no interest in watching it or in this story, but Ridley Scott's just a fucking great director. He got some great fucking actors, and I was in on the fucking story from the beginning. Big fan.
It was great. I loved it from beginning to end. It was long, but I didn't feel it. It was great.
I didn't feel like it was that long either. Like, I was thoroughly enjoying it throughout. You said it was long. It didn't feel that way. Shut up.
Maybe I should have jackhammered you like Lady Gaga in the fucking Office.
I should have Adam Drived it. But I want to give a quick shout out to Ridley Scott really quick, because when you talk about like directors that have been doing it for as long as he's been doing it, his directorial debut was in 1977. It's a long fucking time ago.
That's 44 years ago.
Damn, that's quick math.
I was born in 1987, so I just added 10. I just took my age plus 10. It was simple.
You could have just taken the glory. You didn't have to explain it. You should have been like, yep, I could add a real fucking quick.
I'm not good at math. I'm good at other stuff, but not math.
But when you look at directors that have been directing that long, even the legends, most of them are not doing quality work today. There's like
Spielberg just did a West Side Story. Have some respect.
Whatever.
I'm excited.
All right,
I don't care what you say.
Well, I don't care what you say.
That's Sondheim, baby. R.I.P. Sondheim.
I heard that it got good reviews or whatever, but I don't know. Like the last.
You're not gonna watch it.
The last 5 or so Steven Spielberg movies that he's made have been whatever. I'm sure they're
I
not
hear there's
bad
a Jaws cameo.
They're
That's why
not-
I'm excited.
Shut up. They're not bad movies, but he's just not making the kind of movies he used to make.
He ain't got shit to prove.
Of course, he doesn't have anything to prove.
Well, again, not like vouching for him or whatever, but yeah, he's like just phoning it in. I was
Okay,
like, I'm
terrific.
Spielberg,
Now
bitch.
let me talk to you about Ridley Scott. Okay, he's not fucking phoning it in. So 1977, that was his first movie. His second movie in 1979 was this little movie called Alien. Okay, fucking arguably one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made. And then in 1982, he did Blade Runner, which is also one of the fucking greatest science fiction movies ever fucking made. He did, I haven't seen it in forever, but he did that Legend movie with fucking Tom Cruise. Remember that one?
Not Will Smith.
No. Okay. He directed some other things. But
Black Hawk Down,
I'm
man.
only
That's all
talking
that
about
matters.
all the ones that I know, but he directed Thelma and Louise in 1991.
Oh, shit.
He directed Gladiator in the year 2000.
Are you not entertained?
He directed Hannibal in 2001 and Black Hawk Down in 2001.
Holy shit, 2001. He was just like,
Wow.
He did both of those
a lot
movies.
of cocaine in that year.
He's making movies really quick, like at this point. Like Gladiator, Hannibal, Black Hawk Down. Those are our 2000, 2001, 2001. Those are 3 fucking hitters. Like quick.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Then he does
impressive.
Matchstick Men in 2003.
I like that.
I fucking love Matchstick Men.
That's the
dude.
con movie, right?
Yeah, with fucking Nicolas Cage and Sam Rockwell.
I fucking love that.
Great
that shit
movie.
was good.
Great movie. Then he did Kingdom of Heaven in 2005. He did American Gangster in 2007, which I recently watched. I hadn't watched it since it came out.
Love it. I
Block
love
that shit.
movie.
I recently watched it. I was like, holy fuck, this movie's like 20 times better than I remember it being. Like, it's so fucking good.
Good, dude.
And so many people in it that I didn't even realize were in it. I was like, holy shit, like every actor's in this.
Every actor's in it.
Idris Elba's in it. I was like, was Idris Elba acting back then?
That was his beginning or something.
Fuck
Yeah. Holy
yeah.
shit.
Like, he's fucking great. Then we like skip a couple of these that I don't want to talk about. But then Prometheus 2012, The Martian in 2015.
Matt Damon.
That's a great movie, dude. I fucking love The fucking
love
Martian.
The Martian. I got so emotional watching that movie.
It's a great movie. Alien Covenant 2017. And then again this year, he released The Last Duel a couple of months before House of Gucci came out.
Driver and Damon, baby.
And I have watched about 2/3 of The Last Duel. I haven't finished it, but it's really fucking good.
Really? I want to watch it.
It's about Matt Damon basically is claiming that his wife got raped by Adam Driver and wants to
He don't do that shit.
and
I don't like it.
and wants to do
Adam
it.
Driver doesn't rape, okay?
Yeah,
Adam
come on.
Driver.
And wants to-
It's all consensual.
gets
Always
it.
consensual, Driver.
He basically wants to duel him for this, right?
Yeah, he
That's
disrespected his
amazing.
woman, right? So he's like, all right, it's the only way we got to
Yeah.
handle it. Me and you gonna die.
We're gonna have a duel,
Yeah.
but
That's so wild that that's how they used to handle things.
But-
Like, we're gonna
Imagine if
do
you're
it.
that chick, you're like, I am fucking hot. These guys are gonna kill themselves over me right now.
But what's really cool about the movie and the structure of the movie is that it's basically told in like 3 different parts.
It's like Pulp Fiction.
Yes. Basically, you see the same story 3 times from
That's cool.
from 3 perspectives. You see it from Adam Driver's perspective, from Matt Damon's perspective, and from the chick that got raped.
Oh, that's cool.
And
Well,
like,
sorry about the rape, but
everybody sees it a little bit differently and shit. And that's it's just like, that's pretty fucking genius.
kind of like The Prestige a bit, right?
No, because you're seeing it like the way Adam Driver sees it. He was like, I didn't rape her, dude. Like she was.
We were both drunk. We were both fucking drunk.
She clearly was. I'm Adam Driver.
We had the same amount of mead that night. That is some bullshit.
And then you see it from Matt.
There's no way a man that looks like that needs to rape, okay?
Oh, dude, and he's like him and Ben Affleck's in this movie, blonde with a goatee that's also blonde, and
So
him
weird.
and him and Adam Driver are just like having nightly orgies and drinking and partying all the fucking time, and then he gets accused of rape, and he's just like, I don't rape, dude, I do orgies.
When you say nightly orgies, does that
Nightly.
mean orgies every night or like a bunch of nights having orgies like in the Shining Armor.
It's a twofold thing.
And Keira Knightley's also there.
That happens at night, and there happen to be nights. There's nothing worse than like a daylight hour orgy. Okay, you need it to be dark in order.
In medieval times, nobody showered in a month.
I know, it's so gross. That's what I was thinking about the whole movie. I was like, who even wanted to fuck back then?
Say it like that.
Yeah, but anyway,
Adam Driver's Adam Driver. I got to take it.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how it ends. I can't wait to see the duel, the actual duel.
The last one, apparently the final one ever. It was so disgusting. They were like, "We got to stop. We're killing each other over women." Like,
come on, dude. Are you seriously gonna kill me because I raped somebody? That's fucked up. Where's Ozzy? He should be my lawyer on this one.
Yeah, Ozzy, you should be a lawyer.
I should serve no more than 16 years for the rape of this woman. Come on.
Be reasonable.
yeah.
I only killed her consent. Her consent to have sex.
Like, our prisons are full. We can't have any more people in there.
Yeah. There's enough rapes in jail. Let's throw another rapist in there. Come on.
Oh my God. How about that fucking line, bro, with Jared Leto about when he found out his dad's going to prison?
Oh, right.
He's like, he's going to drop on the soap.
Oh, yeah. What if he drops in the soap? Come on,
oh my
dude.
God. That was ridiculous.
That was comic.
All right, enough about Jared Leto.
That's one thing where I was just like, okay, Ridley Scott, why'd you let Jared Leto do that? Like, why would you do that? Anyway, that's the last duel. I just wanted to pay some tribute to fucking Ridley Scott because I think he's still fucking making great movies. I don't even know how old he is, but he can't be young if he's been making movies since the fucking 70s. How old is this son of a bitch?
Who?
He was born in 1937.
Oh, he's old.
So that's 74.
37? You're crazy. You don't know how to do math.
No, our dad's like 7. How old's dad?
My dad's 75 and he was born in 40.
He was born in 40s. So
I tried to add 40 to my age and I fucked up.
So then
he's in his 80s.
He's in his 80s, yeah. We're not going to do the math, but
then 84, okay. We'll do 84. That's close enough. Hoo-ah.
Did you see there's an interview? Somebody was interviewing him for the last duel, like from another country, like a Zoom thing, and he was with the star, the lady star of that movie sitting next to him. And the guy tells him, like, so, like, this movie looks very realistic. It looks more realistic than Kingdom of Heaven and Robin Hood, other movies that you've made. And then Ridley Scott just goes, fuck you, sir. Go fuck yourself. It's just like, damn, dude, Ridley Scott doesn't give a shit, dude. You tried to give him a compliment, but you fucking backhanded some of his old movies. He's like, fuck you, dude. What are you saying? Are you saying that I made bad movies? I'm Ridley Scott, you idiot. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Alien motherfucker.
And he does this so casually. He's like, fuck you, sir.
Oh
Go
God.
fuck yourself.
This interview is over.
Yeah, it's so good. So he's a fucking G. I just want to pay a little respect to that man. Anyways.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and follow us on all the social medias, the fucking Instagrams, the Facebooks, or whatever, Electron Bottom Movie Power Hour. Listen to all the other shows on the network, the Salinas Underground podcast, hosted by Ozzy himself. I also I'll pop in on that show from time to time.
The cops just got $450,000. I got to talk about that. No,
there you go.
Just kidding. It was already in their budget.
There you go. So if you want to hear about local Salinas news, Ozzy talk about it, and me like be ignorant on that show, go ahead and give that a listen to.
Get ignorant.
Listen to the 831 Comadres. They're out there talking about all the lady issues. So listen to that if you want.
If you're on your period.
Yeah.
If you want.
If you want to be with me,
you're a lady.
Baby, there's a price to pay.
If we
you're a lady and you love comadre.
If we have any lady listeners, go ahead, listen to that one.
Like 4. One of them's Lily.
One of them's Lily.
Yeah, I'm like 1 out of 4.
Yeah, we got the Nakama boys out there doing the Lord's work, spreading the anime word, the anime gospel out there for all you anime lovers. Go ahead and listen to the Nakama podcast. And then we got the Stay Low boys out there.
Stay Low every Wednesday, man.
Stay Low for all of your sports needs. So yeah, support the Salad Bites Media platform, listen to all the shows, and we'll catch you guys next time, man.
Actually, can I just really...
No.
I just want.
No, this is my show,
I had one note that I didn't get to bring in and I wanted to.
Okay.
But Lady Gaga, the stretch marks on her boobs, I don't know why that should turn me on.
Okay, that's not a note.
Yeah.
That wasn't a note.
That is a note.
That is you being a pervert.
It's not a pervert thing. It was interesting.
I accept because her boobs are great.
I didn't notice stretch marks on her boobs.
Yeah.
She has great boobs. I see. It's because I don't see
I
things
think she
like
had
that.
a kid, dude.
I
I
don't see
swear,
things.
the hips and those stretch marks, those are the hallmarks of you've had a child.
You think there's a hidden Lady Gaga child out there?
No, dude. It's also you guys. You don't understand stretch marks. Like
Stretch marks?
I have stretch marks. Stretch marks happen for many reasons, and part of it is like if you have like a growth spur out of nowhere, like you'll get stretch marks, which is what happened to me. Or you get stretch marks from like losing weight or working out hard. Like there's a lot of reasons you get stretch marks.
Wherever she got
having
them,
a baby.
This was
wherever she got them, they were working for me. I was like, girl,
Okay.
you look like a sexy ass tiger.
This was Ozzy's theory. I didn't have a stretch mark theory, so don't lump me.
That was my Jared Leto. That was what's taking me out of the story. I was like, those stretch marks are sexy as fuck, girl.
Stretch a mark.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Please stop impersonating Italian Jared Leto for the love of God.
He did it. He's the one that birthed that shit.
Anyway,
Let's kill it right now.
Let's be done. Sayonara, Sammy.
Oh my gosh! Bye, guys.